Hello and welcome to the channel, or welcome back. In today's video, we are doing another body doubling video, but I have some new videos coming up. So I am going to list 5 items and it takes me a little over 16 minutes. Granted, I do cheat because I already have the photographs uploaded. If I had to count the photographs in while doing this, which I did some on my phone over the weekend, it was taking me around 7 to 10 minutes to list everything, including photographs. And the reason I did the things on my phone is because I was using Similar and using the photo search on eBay. I love that. I will use it on Google too, especially with a lot of the books we got. And if you haven't watched my previous video, we did an estate buyout and we bought all the books. We had 16 35-gallon tubs full of books. We've only gone through 4 and we've gone through 276 books so far. I use the photo recognizing thing, the photo search on eBay so far for all of them. If I couldn't find it with the photo search on eBay, I used the photo search on Google. eBay's is great. I was finding these books in less than 30 seconds. It was pulling them up. Only a couple it didn't find. I would probably say less than 20 out of the 276 books it did not find. And I had to use Google search. And some of these books were obscure cookbooks. So I was very pleased with that. But I was then listing off of my phone because I was using the photo search and everything anyway. And it was taking me quite a while, even when I stacked similar items, which is what I like to do because it does make photographing the stuff a lot quicker. So I would do 10 books, or I did, I'm going to do cafeteria trays next, and I will be listing from my phone probably. Those get up faster. I know that the ones I'm taking with the camera, putting on my computer, and then uploading periodically, I know those take longer and it's going to be a longer time before they get up. Also, update. A couple of videos back, I showed myself listing a vintage Levi's color block jacket. I had it listed for $100 and it sold for $85 over the weekend, which is great. I was very pleased with that. I took $85. No problem, hands down. That was okay with me. And I got that at the Goodwill bins. Also, another update. I will be going to the Goodwill bins outside of St. Louis in about 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to doing that and recording some videos. And I know that their setup is slightly different than other bins setup, so I am interested to know that and experience that. Plus, they're a little closer to us than the Indianapolis bin, so it'll be nice to see if they are an option. I have been to the bins in St. Louis. Not the best area. I have not been inside of it, but I've seen the outside. I saw it because I went to the IKEA. I don't know if I would feel, especially by myself, I don't know if I would feel safe doing that. Now, if I had my husband with me, yes. I don't normally travel that far away by myself, but if I had to go to a Goodwill outlet by myself, I would have no problem going to the one in Indianapolis that we always go to. It's in a decent part of town. It's fairly clean. I don't think I would be as productive because I could only have one cart and I would have to make sure it didn't get poached when I was using the restroom, or I would miss a trade out of the bins to check out, empty my cart, and go back in. So, but these are what I'm listing now came from my last Goodwill bins, which was over a year ago. It's been over a year. So on Valentine's Day, it'll be a year. And I'm still listing things from this because I can't get my crap together. I'm an adult and I can't get my crap together. So all of these golf club head covers, they all came from the bins. They're all under £1, so I paid less than $1 for them each. I've already sold 2 of them, and they were the 2 I was pretty sure I was going to sell. And the other ones I might, if they don't sell by the end of summer, I'm probably going to lot them up and sell them as a large group by brand. So I'm not going to sell like a Callaway and a Ping together, but if I have multiple Callaways or multiple Pings, I might just put those all together and sell them. Not that worried about it yet, because where I am and when I started listing these, it was still very much winter and was not golf season. This is why you list year round though, because, you know, Texas, they are probably golfing year round. Where I am, they are not golfing. Our golf season is going to start probably in 2 months. And that will be the very brave that will go out in their winter coats still and golf. But our wet season is coming up, and you can't golf when it's wet outside. So I'm assuming in about 2 months, people are going to be pulling their golf clubs out, wanting to get new head covers, whether, you know, what state you're in or not. I know competitively for our high schools, golf season starts around the middle of April. I am not that worried about these selling. They're not taking up a lot of space. It's not that big of a deal for me to hold on to them. But again, if I hold on to them for probably a year, I will lot them together. We have finally started doing inventory and combining tubs and donating items, finding things we haven't listed. It was a bit. We were all very, very sick over Christmas break and could not do anything. I always use AI to list. I think eBay likes it when you use AI. I could be completely superstitious at this point, but honestly, you know what they say about superstition. If it makes you feel better and it makes it work, then that's fine, and you're not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting anybody by using AI, and I think it works. I'm also very superstitious, and I've seen other resellers do this too, and I think it's funny. If you touch it, it sells. So if something hasn't sold for a long time and you go through the box and you go, should I list this? Should I get rid of it? Usually it sells within like 2 weeks, which is funny. So if you touch it, it sells. If you know it's there, it sells. I'm very superstitious that way too. But because of the book buy and because of going to the bins in a couple weeks, I'm going to be on overload when it comes to inventory, which is great because we're going to go into the busy season for my life and for my family's life. I am not going to be able to scout a lot of stuff. However, we're also going to be going into garage sale season. One of our local thrift stores, our local Salvation Army, suddenly closed. People said they were going to it and there was a sign on the door saying temporary closed for 45 days. No one knows anything. No one knows what happened. But that was one of our larger thrift stores. I have not been to that thrift store for reselling purposes in probably 6 months. I've gone there for my own personal stuff, or if my kids needed something, I would check there first. But I haven't, their prices have not been good enough to resell. So it's not on my routine. So it's not on, you know, one of the ones I try to hit. One of the retail stores here, resale stores, only re-inventories once a month. The Salvation Army is closed. The other one opened up its own also boutique store, so its pricing has gone outrageous, and they're printing out eBay listings. Not sold listings, but eBay listings. So it's becoming, I can find things that they haven't found, but it's becoming harder and harder to find those things. I will shamelessly say that I did pick up the golf club heads because of Harry Tornado, and he was talking about golf club heads and selling golf clubs. I am not comfortable selling golf clubs. There's so much that can go wrong with golf clubs. My dad was an avid golfer. I would tool around on the golf courses and stuff with him. You can get a bent golf club. The head could be slightly unweighted. Is it the right length? Has it been customized? Like all of that. I'm not willing to mess with that. Plus, it's kind of difficult to ship. Granted, with Ground Advantage and cubic rate, it's probably not as expensive as it used to be. I don't have to ship it priority. And the box will be big, but small at the same time. So it's long, but not terribly wide. And it could weigh a lot depending on the, you know, golf club. Is it a putter or is it, you know, a wood, like, or, you know, a larger iron? Like, what is it? How much does it weigh and stuff? There's just too many features for me. And I'd be worried that someone who very much is into golf would buy it from me and I would not know how to do it, or I wouldn't know that there was something wrong with it. But golf club covers, fine. You can't really mess those up. They're like socks. I will say the ones that have already sold have been the Pings. The Pings have sold. The Callaways have not sold. I honestly thought the Big Bertha would sell first. It did not. But one of the smaller Pings was the first one to sell. Granted, I only sold it for $10. Not a big sale. But I can list them quickly. I'm not having to worry about someone's inseam not being the right size. I can look them up. I can do all that. So they're an easy list. If something is an easy list, I'm more likely to pick it up than something it is a harder list, but slightly more money. So if I could get these golf clubs and sell them for $10 a piece, I'm going to do that versus buying clothes that I can sell for $15 a piece. Most of my jeans, my Levi's, my Wranglers, I will sell $15.99 a piece. No problem. They take me a very long time to do. They also have a pretty decent chance of getting returned. Do I have a high return rate? No. But they're more likely to get returned than a golf club head cover. So I would do these, even though they're less money, I would do these because time is money. And I could do them much quicker. I think I photographed all of them in less than half an hour, and it was a lot of them. Same with the books I was going through, and it took me 30 minutes to look up books, photograph books, list books. And that was, I want to say 10 books, 5 or 10 books. It was much quicker and less likely to get returned. But one of the things I'm having issues with books is taking pictures of the insides of the books. I don't want anyone to steal the content. I don't want anyone to be offended that part of their book is on eBay, stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out how to deal with that. Would I buy golf club covers again? Yes and no. Would I buy them at an estate sale, auction, or garage sale per box load? Yes. Would I dig through the bins and try to find them again? Maybe. I don't think this is something that's going to happen a lot at the bins, but I do think you could run across these at estate sales, especially garage sales. If somebody, was an avid golfer and they passed away, or was an avid golfer and they're getting divorced from their spouse and their spouse is pissed off, you might be able to get them that way too. I just don't see these coming up a lot at the bins, which was probably, I don't know, I think at an estate sale I could probably get a better price per golf club cover because I would offer for the box. I will, how much could you do for the box? I think I could probably get under $1 for them. But, it depends. It could be, someone maybe like, no, I think they're worth more than $1. That's kind of what happened with the books. We just wanted the recipe books. We just wanted the cookbooks, but they were not willing to sell us just the cookbooks. We had all or nothing. So, but I found that a lot at estate sales, it's all or nothing. So if you offer to buy it all, a lot of times they will reduce the price because they don't have to worry about it anymore. Especially with books. Books are hard to get rid of. They're heavy. They're bulky. They would have to then donate themselves. Where with us, we're going through it. And honestly, our donate pile is very slim compared to our keep and list pile, which I'm very, very happy about. And I will have a video coming up, at least the first part of that, where I show the videos of the tubs of books and stuff. We didn't get a video inside the estate sale. That was not possible. And I'm fine with that. It was so crowded and so busy that day. I don't like showing other people on camera if I could avoid it. Plus, it was both my husband and my son were there, and they would have got on camera. And if you've noticed in some of my photographing videos, you can see me on camera. I'm not terribly worried about that much. But I don't want to show my children, so that didn't happen. But we did take pictures, and it's kind of funny how we filled the van. We have a minivan, and we filled the minivan. It's kind of hilarious, front and back. And but I think going forward, going into the garage sale season, going into estate sale season, there's actually an online estate sale going on right now that expires tomorrow, so I need to look at it tonight. Going into that, the online estate sale, you don't have the ability to bargain. There's no one there to bargain with. But in real life estate sales, I'm going to go on probably the second day. I don't know if I want to deal with the first, because crazy people are there on the first. There's lines to get in the building on the first. But I think I would go on the second day and scope it out, buy things that I think won't be there on the third day, and then I would go on the third day and offer to buy in bulk. And that's what happened with the estate sale we went to. So I want to try to bulk buy as much as possible. I also want to try to get as many like items as possible. I don't think I'm going to niche down to an item, or niche down. Is it niche or niche? Anyway, I don't think I'm going to go to one specific type of item, but I would like to get similars when I bulk buy, so it's faster for me to list. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you had a productive day.